I gotta say, welcome to Down to Dunk. I'm your host, Andrew Schlecht. L-Man is still out for different reasons this time.
He's in. Should we say it?
I don't know. I don't know that he wants that information out there. I just
Okay.
tend to believe that people don't.
Okay. Jay, where are you? Exactly.
Mexico.
Oh, wow. Well, good. I'm your host, Andrew Schlecht. With me today, I've got Taylor.
How does a penguin build his house? It glues it together. Jay, what day is it? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear J-Mon. Happy birthday to you.
It is 100% not my birthday today.
Oh.
Did you think it was his birthday?
No, I couldn't think of a song today.
Wow. So you thought of happy birthday. Okay. Well, that's good.
Not my birthday. Not my birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
A week from today, we will know.
It's Jay.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Jay. What's up? A week from today, we'll know what who the Thunder have as rookies moving forward and who they're going to be playing in the NBA Summer League in Las Vegas, which is very exciting. And
yeah, I had the unpopular opinion, apparently, that I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm tired of draft talk as much as I'm just ready for it to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's heating up, Jay. It's heating up. You're about to get a lot more. You're going to get a whole week of it.
Yeah, next Thursday night, Fassler Hall, 6 p.m.
Yep.
What time does the draft actually start? 6?
7?
I believe it starts at 7. Let me double check that. Let me fact check that.
I believe it starts
so get there a little bit early, grab you some food, get your spot set apart, ready to roll. And it's going to be a crazy, I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a crazy night.
Yeah, 7 o'clock is when it starts. But you can be there whenever you want. If it's anything like the Mule, you'll want to get there before it starts so that you can have a spot, get some food, settle in.
Definitely get some food. It is good.
Kid friendly, just in case.
Lively has a special that night. They're sponsoring this event, and they'll have $3 pours all night.
And I will say this too, like, I think that there's probably reasonable concern about things that are going on here in our state. But one of the good things about Fassler Hall is it's open. So we got 2 or 3 garage doors that'll be open. There's a lot more outdoor seating than there actually is indoor seating. And so if you're worried about that, it is a way for you to come and still enjoy yourself, not be panicked if that's somebody that you might be. So,
yep, it'll be great. It's kind of ended up being the perfect venue for this. So we're very excited about that. Let's dive into Twitter questions because there's a lot of Twitter questions. 1 and 2, it covers lots of draft questions. But before we do that, I think that we probably need to do something else.
Oh, okay. What do you want to do? Sing happy birthday again?
St. John's factoid, bigger inventory. St. John's factoid, bigger inventory.
The year is 2013. The great prophecy was foretold. A Bucks in 6 from our great prophet Brandon Jennings, brother of Ken Jennings, Jeopardy champion. That's the whole thing. That's my segment. Just kidding. Brandon Jennings.
Yeah.
He's been around now, man. Like Bucks win,
Yeah.
and he's like in the locker room smoking cigars with
Oh,
everyone.
yeah.
Got the finals hat on.
Oh yeah, dude.
My favorite part of the whole Brandon Jennings thing. First of all, that's so awesome that he said that, and that just becomes the chant,
yeah.
and it actually happens. That's
Yeah.
so amazing. Legend. My favorite part though was when he shows up to the parade, just standing in the back of a pickup truck. Like, yeah, Brandon, you can come. You definitely can't get on the bus with us.
Yeah, definitely not.
You know, you can be around,
Yeah.
just show up, figure it out. So he's like, all right, I got a buddy who's got a truck. Just
I'll
standing,
stand there.
just standing in the bed of a pickup truck. Everyone
my God.
loves him. So I have a question. 2 questions. One, does the Thunder have like a Brandon Jennings character or legend? Do we
Hmm.
have one of those yet?
I don't know that we have a prophet, a Thunder basketball prophet.
Yeah.
Uh,
Who would be like the culture guy? Like Nick Collison probably, but God, that's so boring.
it's Nick Collison. You wish it was Dion, but it's
Oh,
probably Nick
God.
Collison.
100% wish it was.
Yeah, Nick isn't going to do anything that Brandon Jennings did.
Mm-mm.
No.
I wouldn't say that Jennings is a culture guy. He's more of just like this fun character because like they traded him because he had a really bad year and they were like, we don't want to pay you. So I would
Ooh,
really call
Hoopstock 69 said Ennis.
Ennis. Here's the thing
Ennis,
about
yeah.
Ennis. Ennis wants to be so badly that I don't think that we can make him
For the
that.
Thunder or for just any franchise that will accept him as that?
Bingo.
Yeah. Because like if
So-
the
He
Knicks
did
were like,
pay for his own ticket to come and watch the Thunder play.
Can't pick Cantor.
dang, poor Cantor, man, like trying to do some real stuff in this world, still just kind of like the butt of some jokes, and like really, really talented basketball player.
Yeah, he's good.
But no, he's just always going to be goofy and his Cantor.
Yeah.
Was he in Portland last year?
Yes.
Yes, he was. I also have a second question. This doesn't have to be very long. Have you guys ever like come up with something that maybe your group of friends really took on and it became like a saying that maybe all of your group of friends started using a lot, or maybe
Mhm.
you heard other people do it? So like, for example, I have a friend and I think he invented futch and chit so that he could like cuss without saying it.
Yeah.
And then we started hearing it like a couple years later, like those specifically. And I was like, wow, I think you invented that.
I think you created that.
I think you invented futch.
So one night in college, we were having a good time. It was a fun time. And
Oh,
I came up with the idea that, and I think I still get texts about this, where I said that we're all really the same.
hmm.
We all have the same human bodies, but
Hmm.
we have different interests. That's the only thing that makes us different. And so
You were having a fun night.
We were having a fun
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
And so I'd say we have the same human bodies with different interests. And so I still get texts about same body. The people will text like same body, different interests.
This was like a real, like you had this realization though. This was like an epiphany, or it was a joke.
Yeah, it was an epiphany. Yeah.
Wow.
It was like one of those like you're 19 in college and you've never thought things before.
Yeah.
Time.
Jay, you got anything?
I mean, no, not like that I can think of.
It's Jay.
It's Jay.
It's Jay. Yeah. That's
That was it.
Same body, different interests, man.
It's so true,
we
man.
all have the same.
Same body.
You have a nose. I have a nose. I think I said that.
Take John's factoid bigger in victory. Take John's factoid bigger in victory.
All right. We'll be right back after this quick break. And we're back after that quick break. We're going to talk some Twitter questions. Let's fire through as many of these Twitter questions as we can. This one comes from @CodyJ.Cooper. Which mid-first round pick do you think has the best potential to become a Giannis type player. So a Giannis, a Donovan Mitchell,
Mm,
a star, a Kawhi Leonard,
Kawhi.
if you will,
Mm.
of the group, who would it be?
Well, you tell us.
Jay? You have anything?
I mean, it's hard if I felt this way about anybody. Like, this is obviously who I would have been. If the thing is if you feel this way about a guy that can be a Giannis, Kawhi, Donovan Mitchell, you're drafting him at 6, probably, right?
Yeah, but you have to think about somebody who has enough flaws where you think they would be selected later. But you see the true potential.
Gosh, I don't know. Is there anybody? I'm kind of intrigued by some of these bigs. I know it's different. Like, you can't compare them, but I am a little bit intrigued by Kai Jones, a little bit by Isaiah Jackson. Like, I kind of like their. I mean, Kai. I don't know. Kai may be the one that I'm like, Şengün is a little. I don't think he would fall in that kind of same unknown range. Do you think that would be somebody?
It's possible. I mean, it's possible that he falls. I would guess he would not, but it's certainly possible that he does.
I just think there's enough hype surrounding him, and he feels so Spursy at that. What are they at 12 or whatever? Which I still is still in that Donovan Mitchell kind of range, but I don't know if he has the high, like, all-star level, even superstar level, like some of those guys we just listed.
Yeah,
Keon Johnson. I don't know. There's nobody that has that level. I don't think. Giddey. I mean, Giddey, is he too high? Probably in that.
Giddey Giddey. I've
He'll
seen
go in 10.
I've seen him going like 13. So
Yeah,
You know
it's in
who's
that range.
really Spursian is Chris Duarte.
Duarte, yeah,
He's 24 years old.
he's so old.
But that's like the most Spurs guy.
Man, I don't know. They've drafted some higher upside guys.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched basketball in a couple of years.
I don't know. I would feel very uneasy drafting Duarte just because there's not really a track record of 24-year-olds being drafted in the first round and being good. Especially like in the lottery.
Oh my gosh. So I'm just going through KOC's mock draft, and
Yeah.
they have Austin Reeves from Oklahoma at 34.
Yeah.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
Shades of Joe Ingles, Grayson Allen. Just like, we can't get away from the comps, huh?
No, we can't do it. I would say Jaden Springer is one of those guys that a lot of people like. The analytics community loves Jaden Springer. So to me, he's a guy that could pop that's in the teens. I really like Jared Butler, and I think that he's going to go in the teens too. And now that he's
Great
been
in the Gladiator.
I don't know. I think that he's been
Taylor, your joke is
process.
just even bad because you're mixing up who the actor is.
Is that not? That's true.
Russell Crowe is in The Gladiator. Gerard Butler is in 300 and
Yeah.
Oh, that's what
Olympus Has Fallen and all of those.
I got the 300 and the Gladiator thing mixed up because I see both of them in the same attire.
Yeah. That's good.
Good job.
I think Butler is a really interesting prospect. He's 6'3", almost 6'4". He can really score. He's got the floater game. He can defend. He can really pass. He's one that I really am not really understanding why you would take Duarte or Zaire Williams or even some of the bigs like Kai or any. I just am not really understanding why he's not going higher in the draft. But maybe I'm missing something. But that's something I don't get. Like, I don't know why you'd take Jalen Johnson over him. I just don't know why. I just wouldn't take Jalen Johnson at all. But I don't understand why Butler is behind him. To me, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know if he could become Giannis or Donovan Mitchell or anybody like that, but I think he could be a really good player, one of the better players in the teens. Next question. This is from Darren EB1. Andrew and Mikey discussed the possibility of drafting Moody and Giddy on Monday's pod. My question is, if we did draft both, would you guys consider having a "Are you Moody or are you Giddy" section of the pod,
Oh wow.
similar to Miffed and Peeved,
Huh.
etc.?
Yeah, I like that.
I definitely consider it.
I can see that. With Giddy, you can do a lot.
Yeah.
Like if there's something you don't like, you're like, what do you want to Giddy on out of here? You know?
I think you're like really not understanding it.
Oh.
Like, are you excited or are you upset?
Oh. Well, I know Moody or Giddy, but I'm saying like you can do other things with it too.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't know why. I'm confused. I'm
I think I
confused by
just
that.
wanted to-
Taylor, are you okay, man?
I also had a late night, having some fun last night, so a little brain cells still coming in.
Okay. All right. Yes, I like the idea. It's a hilarious,
Yeah, that's genius.
great idea. This is from at Cody J. Cooper again. Who are the 3 players you hope the Thunder do not draft in the first round?
Giddy on out.
Wow, thanks, Jay. I have been needing this
So
morning.
bad, man. Oh shoot. Who do you not want the Thunder to draft? Keon Johnson.
Keon is definitely one where I'm just not convinced he can play basketball at the NBA level.
Depending on the day, Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally get that. I totally get that. I would not put him on my list. Because I think so much of it is just going to be about where he lands and who takes him. Like I worry a little bit about him in Orlando. I definitely worry about him in SAC. But I would, if he landed,
Sack.
everybody calls it that. I don't know.
Sacktown, baby.
Every conversation I have with people, they always
I
just
feel like
call,
if you're gonna say Sac, you got to say Sac Town.
no one does that. I
Yeah,
never hear that.
Sacks
People
up.
are wrong.
But if Toronto traded down and they took him, I'd be like, okay, that's kind of cool. I think he'd do great there.
Is Cam Thomas the kid from LSU?
He is the kid from LSU.
I know that I think KOC has him slotted for the Thunder, but some of the scuttlebutt, some of the evaluations of him is kind of that guy that's hard to play with because he's so ball dominant.
Yeah, because he's a chucker. Yeah,
Yeah, chucker.
he's an absolute chucker.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that there's space and places for guys like that, but that at least makes me a little bit, because I want Poco to shoot roughly 30 to 40 times next year
Yeah,
a game.
You might.
I would say my list is Keon and Jalen Johnson, and then probably Sharif Cooper. Or I'm just like, no, like stay away from.
Is that
all-
just his size?
size? He can't shoot. He doesn't defend.
Yeah, that seems problematic.
He can, the things that he is an elite ball handler and an elite passer. Like those are the things that he does where you can be like, okay, wow, like that's really impressive. But he just doesn't do anything else. So those are guys that I would definitely stay away from. Let's see. From at Driving the Paint, which team is the best trade-up candidate for OKC's 16 and 18 picks? Same for 34 and 36. So we talk a lot about trading up from 6, and that would be the most important trade-up. But is there a team that you can trade 16 and 18 for a higher pick there?
I think, Charles just said it in the chat. I think that the Pelicans, that might be a real thing.
I don't think it is, actually.
You don't?
To package those 2 picks?
No, I'm saying like as far as could you get their 10 by absorbing Bledsoe or somebody else?
Yeah. I
mean, give them 18, take Bledsoe, get 10. I mean, you don't have to give them anything, but I don't know. I just think that that's a pick that's available up there. Like you never know with and I'm thinking if you package 16 and 18 to get to up, I mean, you maybe can move up a few, but I'm not 100% sure. Like, I don't know. Would you rather have the I'm literally contradicting myself in this conversation because I have been looking like this draft has a lot of kind of intrigue in that really from 7 to 20.
Cassini has a tier that is, I think, 7 to 21.
Yeah. And so at that point, it's like getting two guys at 16 and 18 may be more valuable than 10. Or, like you could get two guys. Anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking out loud and processing. But I do think that, if you fall in love with, if you know that Giddey's at 10 and you're like, we really want 2 point guards who are giant, who can handle, who can distribute. We don't think or know what Giddey can do with shooting, but we, have there's some signs. If you thought he was there and you knew that somebody at 11 was going to take him, like, then it makes sense maybe to do 16 and 18. That's why I think the draft's going to be so intriguing the night of.
Yes.
Because you're going to see where somebody falls is going to determine the action that gets put out there for that pick, in my opinion. So
there's going to be a lot of action packed.
Yeah, I fully expect the Thunder to take Keon Johnson at 16 and Jalen Johnson at 18. Like I just, after all I've bashed those guys the last couple of weeks, I just feel like, yeah, they're probably just going to take those guys. So today starts the pre-draft interviews with players and media. I'm going to try to hop on as many of those as I can. I can pull up the schedule here in a second.
You think you can get upwards of 30?
30 what?
You think you can jump on 30 of those interviews?
Oh, there's not that many. But there's like all the big names. Like I think a lot of the green room guys are going to talk. So today, Jonathan Kuminga is at 1250. Josh Giddey is at 115. Kai Jones is at 140. Jalen Johnson, Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, Moses Moody all talk today.
Wow.
So that's a really interesting group. And just talking to them about, asking them Thunder questions, or at least like listening in to see if anybody will ask Thunder questions will be very intriguing. And then Monday and Tuesday, there's more. Jalen Suggs is going all by himself on Tuesday. So he must have a conflict today because he should be in that first group. But then there's a bunch of guys talking on Monday too. James Bouknight is talking on Monday. Have to pop in there.
Hey, by the way, you just kind of slid this in there on Wednesday that you're going to the Summer League.
I'm going to the Summer League. I'm going to go watch Jalen Johnson and Keon Johnson in a Thunder uniform.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Vegas. Yeah.
Vegas, baby.
Vegas for
you. I'm not saying you have to do this, but if you wanted to take your trip from like a 7 to a 20, you should probably throw the L-Man on the plane with you.
Oh my gosh. I'll have to ask the Athletic if they'll pay for L-Man's.
No, he'll pay for himself. Don't worry about that. He just needs to sleep in your bedroom.
To get to LV.
They almost pay you to go there.
It actually is. I looked into
really
tickets. Yeah. It was not cheap.
I thought there used to be like a $90 ticket to Vegas.
That does not exist.
Wow, things have changed. Supply chain.
I have looked.
Not enough planes.
I thought that too. And I was like, oh, let's see what we can do. Nope, not a thing. Not a thing anymore. Yeah, I'm super pumped. I don't.
Who are you gonna hang out with there?
Don't know. Everybody.
All the bros, man.
Friends are gonna be there.
Everybody's gonna be there. This will be the first time I've met most of my coworkers in person.
Wow.
So
that could be awesome. Or
you can do some live content for us, man. Do some stuff with us. You can invite us to just at least, just be able to text you while you're there and stuff.
Yeah.
Can I still be your friend?
Yeah.
We can text him, but it's up to Andrew if he texts back.
Yeah, man. You can respond to us.
Yes. Stop that.
Hey, so real question. When is it?
I think it starts on the 9th of August.
Okay.
The day that it starts.
Johnson and Johnson. Let's do this, man.
So, yep. Let's bring on Keon and Jalen. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Next question. Oh yeah, trading up from 34 and 36 was also part of this question.
Yeah, I
So-
think that may be something where but like I don't think you're going to trade 34 and 36 and get 20. But I do think you could pair, and you could even do 34 and 18 and get to, something.
You could trade up to maybe like 28, where the Sixers are.
right.
Where the Sixers may like to take two swings, just because they have some roster issues, and so they may see it more valuable. And the Thunder may be like, oh, we really like Ayadasumo, and bring him in.
So the Thunder have how many? Six total? 1, 2,
They have
3, 4,
6.
5, 6. How many players do you think they'd come away with? We've done this question before. Has your opinion changed?
I mean, I think that it'll probably be in like 3 or 4, and unless they are able to make like a big trade in their like 6, 16, 18, a future draft pick to trade up to something, trade up to 4, then they just wind up with maybe 2. If they end up with 2, it's been a very good night. If they wind up with 4, like 3, 4, 5, then you're like, okay, they just picked, where they were, and maybe they did like one trade up. So, yeah. I mean, I don't even know that the way that I feel about this draft, I don't know that I really want to. And you were just saying this, Jay, trade 16 and 18 for a higher pick. I don't really know that I'd want to trade 34 and 36 for a higher pick either, unless they've just identified somebody and they're like, that's who we need to go get. Because I just think that there's going to be good players at 34 and 36 too. Like there are nice players in that range. So I don't know, and I don't know that you want to come away with 6 rookies. Maybe you trade 50. What do they have? 55 for a future second or something like that. But you come away with 5. And honestly, if the Thunder want to lose, the way you lose next year is you play as many young guys as possible. And if you bring in 5 rookies, like just stop worrying about the roster spots. They can cut whoever they need to cut, and just play young guys. Like play only young guys. Maybe they trade Kenrich as a part of like a draft day trade or something like that. I don't know. I think
Thunder fans are going to lose their mind if it's something like that, right? Like
Thunder fans need to chill out with being so attached to guys that have been with the Thunder for a year.
no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in the sense of like that would be like I think there's at least in the back of some Thunder fans' minds that it's not going to be as grueling and awful as the end of last year was. That's the thing. If you start trading Kenrich and you're going to play Vit Krejci and all of these guys, 20, 30. I mean, it would be more exciting probably in part of that, but it's going to be a really bad basketball.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I think the 22 draft, the Thunder aren't going to be just like out on the 22 draft and like, well, we'll just see what happens. And if we wind up with the 14th pick, then shucks,
Yeah.
That have you ever thought of the Thunder team as somebody that would just not have a plan and just be like, well, just whatever happens, happens? I think they're just, to me, I think the play is to get a lot of young guys and play them just so much. And that's how you lose games. Like you lose games because you play young guys. Part of like Kenrich was a part of the story last year where it was like, oh, like he's a part of their success. Like go look at the plus minus, go look at the on-offs. He's very good for them. So I just wonder if maybe my guess is that he'll be on the roster day one, but I also just sit back and wonder, okay, is he a part of a deal? Is he because he's somebody that a lot of people around the league want? So I wonder about that a little bit. All right, next question comes from Dave Abbott. Who's your one prospect that you just have a feeling is going to be really good? Just in the first round. He says not a lottery pick, but we already kind of talked about that. Let's say outside of the top 4.
Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, Cade Cunningham. Let's say outside the top 4. Somebody you're just like, I just think that guy's going to be really, really good.
Book night.
Book night.
Give me that scoring.
Okay.
I just want to score.
Do you actually like Book Night, Taylor?
Yeah, I mean, I watched 10 minutes of highlights and I was all in. That's all I needed to see.
I saw every good thing he did.
I saw every.
And I
He
loved
didn't
it.
miss once, and he made some insane baskets.
Yeah.
God, that
Yeah,
body.
Book Night's intriguing. I think that the question marks are real. The court vision, the ability to, kind of put blinders on when you're going to the basket, like those kind of things are real. But he does excite me as far as the way he scores is really fluid, really good. If I was going to bet, if anybody in that tier, I mean, it's hard, man, and that's why it's like you splitting hairs between Book Night and Moody, because I like both of those guys, and they're different, but have some similarities, obviously, in their position. Moody's a little bigger, I think, but I don't know. I mean, how do you feel about Gerard Butler?
Gerard.
I thought he was awesome
You're trying to think of a Russell Crowe movie, and you can't do it either.
What are? Here's the thing with Russell Crowe. He's been in so many movies. Beautiful Mind. Gerard Butler.
My favorite Gerard Butler movie, A Beautiful Mind. I feel confident that Alperen Şengün is going to be a good NBA player. I don't know that he's like a franchise changer, but I think that he's going to be a really good player. Jared Butler, I do feel confident he's going to be a good player.
I mean, I think you could see like Duarte is going to have like a legit, like he's going to be a decent player. Like, who do you think is going to be a star?
I think he probably is going to be a good player. I just question that, like, the age thing is just so real. There's just been a lot of guys.
People age, Andrew. Get over it.
I know.
All these guys are gonna age, okay?
I don't know. There's been players, like older players, like Jimmer Fredette. Like Jimmer Fredette came into the league, old player, drafted high in the draft. Everyone's like, oh, he's at least going to just be a shooter that's in the league. He's like no, like he plays in China. That's what he does.
Straight kills it in China.
Yeah,
straight kills it.
Straight
it's
up,
buckets
dude.
in China.
Buckets, Jimmy.
So
Jimmer buckets.
Yeah, I think
Jimmer Burkets.
I'm just not. I don't know. I'm not convinced on Duarte. I just don't like him that much. But maybe if he's just catch and shoot and defense, like okay, like he can probably do that. That might be where it stops for me. Garuba's going to defend for sure.
God, that even that name, you're like, yeah, that's a defender.
Usman Garuba.
That guy's blood. That guy's.
It's one of the best names in the draft.
Get past a Garuba.
No.
If a Garuba's in front of you, you got to be like Book Night to get to score on that
guy. This is great transitions from it. Sports are epic. Who's your favorite big in the draft? Not named Evan Mobley.
I mean, Şengün, does he count?
He counts. He's big.
He's big. All these guys are big.
Şengün.
Yeah, I like Şengün a lot.
I think that, I don't know. I just watched KOC's last night. I was watching KOC's breakdown of Şengün, and I don't know. He's super intriguing. Yeah. I mean, the thing that he's very Sabonis, and that's kind of who I would say he's more connected to be honest. Like, I think that if you look at their games, very similar, incredible footwork. I think the thing that he's not, I'm not saying he's better than Sabonis, especially when Mikey listens to this and comes after me on text message, but his ability to finish with both hands is pretty, I mean, not pretty, it's really impressive. And he uses his body well enough on defense to make it to where, like, some of those deficiencies as far as wingspan, his ability to be a natural shot blocker and all those things, like, I think that he's able to be where he needs to be. The question, I mean, obviously, is can he stretch the floor? And there's nothing that would make me, looking at his shot, looking at the way he shoots, nothing makes me feel like it can't be something that he develops as he moves forward.
Yeah. I think I agree with almost.
What do you think of Isaiah Jackson? I know you've talked about him a little bit.
I think he's really intriguing. I don't know if he's going to be any good. He can really block shots, and he is really athletic. And he's got some skill. There's some skill there, but it's only like flashes. So does it translate to the NBA level? I don't really know. I mean, he's like, the easiest comp for him is Nerlens.
Yeah.
which like Nerlens is good. Nerlens is still in the NBA. Nerlens will play in the NBA for a long time. So a lot of people would be like, he didn't have this or he can't do that. But like, I don't know. The guy's going to play in the NBA for a decade. Most of these guys won't. Most of the guys that are drafted in the first round won't do that. So, yeah, I think that's probably his best comp, and he could do more than Nerlens has done. He could be a starting level player, but I think that's hard to do. I think it's especially picking at 16 or 18, which is probably between 15 and 20 is where he'll go. Like those guys usually aren't starters. Those guys are usually like you're lucky if they're a rotation player. So it's the nature of the beast.
Yeah, it's a pretty light draft as far as bigs too. Like if you go past, just looking through KOC stuff, like you got Mobley, Şengün, Kai Jones, Isaiah Jackson, and then it's a bunch of guys that you wouldn't. I mean, Charles Bassey from Western Kentucky is the next one. So you basically got 4 guys that would be considered legit kind of options in the draft.
Yeah, I think that's right. Miguel Davila 25 asks, is Andrew planning to create a dunk cinematic universe since he'll be producing some pods with no dunks next week? Would Dunked On be next?
Wow.
Definitely not next. But I am super excited to produce their show next week, starting Tuesday through Friday. I'll be on there. Come
that
join.
Is so crazy.
It's so weird. Come join the YouTube stream there. They will, I think it's 10 a.m. Central. No, 9 a.m. Central. 9 a.m. Central every day, Tuesday through Friday. So come join that stream. Pop in there, ask questions.
Have you spent enough time with them at this point to where you feel like the fanboy side can be like covered up now, or it's still out and
Nope. I have not done that yet.
Okay.
So we'll still be fanboy pretty much all week from me.
Hey, hey, Tass.
Tass won't be there actually. Tass is off the show.
Oh,
He got kicked off.
Oh my God! Are you breaking news?
I'm breaking. No. He's taking vacation.
Taking vacation.
It's quite... Bring it back. He's just kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm very excited.
He's Keatsy.
Yeah, I still kind of can't believe
Will
it.
you do an
I'm very
Australian
nervous
accent to Lee?
No.
Come
No, that's something that you
on.
would do.
Come on, dude.
Would not do that.
Man, they should have me produce that. How do you produce?
Diesel Ray 23 asks, which draft do you think will ultimately end up being meaning the most of the Thunder rebuild this year or next year? On a similar note, which prospect would help our case in tanking next year the most? Bouknight, Barnes, or Kuminga? My first instinct is Kuminga, but a score-first guard with tunnel vision like Bouknight could be the perfect prospect to tank. He'd need the ball a lot to develop into what we need him to be down the road, and he certainly has a lot of learning to do in his first year.
I mean, for me, it's Kuminga. I think that he hit on kind of those reasons. I think Bouknight's going to get you points even as a rookie, and yeah, maybe to the detriment of the team. But Kuminga may be I have no idea what to expect from him. Like he could be more chaotic than early Poku last year.
Oh, I don't know that he'll be that.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's his range is
no one can replicate early Poku.
Early Poku is
his range, man, is
Legendary.
giant. Yeah, he's obviously got like a lower or a higher floor, I guess, apparently, than early Poku. But
early Poku was like, oh my gosh, this guy's only played with like 15-year-olds that in like a middle school gym. Like what is he going to be? Can he even do this? Can he even play here?
dude. That first behind the pack pass attempt is just. I will never forget it.
Oh my gosh!
It was just so shocking. Everything he did on the
shocking.
court was just oh.
and not in a good way.
Yeah, not in a good way, but also in a good way. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what creates legends.
At Ducky asks, which of the following potential draft combos would be the most fun for Summer League? A. Barnes, Cam Thomas, Trey Murphy. B. Kuminga, Ayo, and Isaiah Jackson. C. Bouknight, Garuba, and Butler.
That one.
Or D. Giddy, Şengün, and Bones Highland.
Bones, man. That's a good
Giddy,
name.
Giddy, Şengün, and Bones would be very fun. Or like you said, Book Knight, Gruba, and Butler. Those would probably be the ones that I would prefer.
I would love that, man. Summer League, you just want like, can this guy just be the guy? Can he score 30 in a Summer League game? Because if he can, you will get all your hopes up, and then he will suck in the regular season.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, there's been a lot of guys that have been great in the Summer League. I actually think Book Knight's kind of the guy that could get like Summer League MVP.
Oh, yeah. Book Knight or Cam Thomas. Like those guys are going to crush Summer
That's
League.
Dwight Bikes, dude.
Yeah, we're going to get some Dwight Bikes vibes out there.
Wasn't Kuzma the MVP of the Summer League one year?
He was good that year.
Oh my gosh, dude. And he's all right.
They're going to trade him for Russell Westbrook, man. Isn't that crazy?
That's just crazy.
I mean, like, would you guys? I would love to see Russell Westbrook with LeBron and Anthony Davis.
It'd be super fun.
It would be so fun.
The thing for me is there's no more delusional fan base than the Lakers as far as what trade assets they can get.
And Russ fans and Laker fans together, that is the ultimate combination. That is
It's a supernova, man.
explosion of Twitter talent.
It really is. I might buy a Westbrook Lakers jersey.
Dude, that would be so fun.
Yeah, that's a tight jersey.
That's
I
a
mean,
cool
if they
jersey.
get to the final, can you imagine? Just imagine this.
Yeah,
Best case scenario, dream
Yeah.
scenario.
dream.
Lakers Nets finals. Everyone's healthy.
It would. I would love it so much.
I would die.
I'd want the Lakers to win so badly.
Yeah, you would be cheering for LeBron and the Lakers.
103, 5 seconds left. Game 7.
Russ
Russ definitely takes the shot. Russ drives to the basket,
Oh,
dunks on
man.
KD. Championship.
Oh my God.
This is my Brandon Jennings moment.
This could be it.
This is my moment. Penelope King says, I fear there will be a surprise trade back on draft night after I've fallen in love with our pick at 6. Should we protect our hearts all night? And will we be safe? When will we be in a safe place to celebrate the players that wear Thunder hats across the stage?
2026.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would.
Don't fall in
say-
love with anybody.
Yeah, don't fall in love with anybody. Also, I would say that it's not out of the question that they trade back. I would be a little surprised, but you have to think about it because it's certainly a possibility. At _ gray chicken ask
Andrew,
about.
let me ask you a question. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what is like this is why like I don't have a ton of hope for them moving up. Is how do you even create a package that would be worthwhile for the Cavs to move back? Like unless you had a player like, and I don't think the Thunder are trading Shea. I don't think they should trade Shea, at least not now. So without like, what would be a draw for somebody like Cleveland or Toronto to move back? And OKC, like what could they give other than every pick they have in this draft or whatever, and maybe, a few down the road?
Yeah, it's probably just about like restocking the cupboard for the other teams, right?
Yeah.
Where they would rather have that one, they believe that there's somebody at 6 that they really like. And the ability to have a lot of future draft assets plus the guy at 6. And then whatever else they want. I don't know. I have my doubts. I have serious doubts that they'll be able to trade up.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like I have a hard time seeing a trade that makes sense. James,
Unless somebody on there, I get that taking Kevin Love, 2 people, a couple people. I get that. For me, is I'm like, if you're in love with Kuminga and he's higher on your big board than Jalen Green, Suggs, or Scotty Barnes, and you're like, we think pretty confidently that the Magic aren't going to take him. And Toronto's like, we would rather have him at 4, but if we can go to 6 and get an extra 2 draft picks or whatever, that's where you kind of get it. And that's what you don't know is who's where on each of these teams in the top 5's big board. It'd be way out of left field for that to be the reality when you've got both the Jalen's, Evan Mobley, Cade, and Scotty Barnes are kind of pretty solidified top 5 for most mock drafts, but not everybody functions that way, so who knows?
There's really nothing like a freshly stocked cupboard. Go straight to the grocery store, come home, stock that cupboard. Maybe you forget the next day.
Yeah.
Oh, this is freshly stocked. Open that door. Oh, got that double stuff. Oreos in there. Jalapeno. Hey, have y'all had the jalapeno puffs from Trader Joe's?
No.
Very good. Extremely good.
Freshly
stocked cupboard.
Is it like a Cheeto?
It's like a corn puff or like a rice puff, maybe something. But it's kind of like a really fat, chody Cheeto.
At _Grace Chicken _ asks if I'm going to do the Steve Ballmer or slam through during the intros for No Dunks. I'm definitely probably not going to do the Steve Ballmer. Actually, maybe I will. Who knows? I don't know what I'll do. At Bangelo.
Don't do it, Andrew. It's assault.
Oh, to them?
Yeah.
I think they're talking about.
Hey, John.
It's not that.
I gotta say, I'm just fired up. to be here today.
Oh.
It's pretty cool. Pretty damn cool.
Okay. I thought they were talking about like
Rubbing legs.
yeah, getting excited, slapping thigh.
Yeah, that happened. That's the thing that happened. All right, last question from at Bangelope. What fruit has the highest ceiling and the lowest floor, depending on the ripeness?
Mango. 100% it's a red mango. Do I need to explain?
Yeah.
Okay. If it's real, if it's like there's like a day with a mango that is perfect. There's a 24-hour window there with a mango that it's easier to cut it open. The thing with a mango is the core of it is really hard. If it's not ripe yet, basically the whole mango is just all what's the word? Like mango, I don't know, there's like ligaments. There's like all this stuff going on. Very hard to eat.
Yeah.
If it's perfect though, wow, there's a lot of mango in there and it's still kind of like crisp and soft. Now you wait till that next day. It's too soft. It's too sweet.
Yeah.
There's it's kind of warm feeling in your mouth. Like the mouth feel is more warm, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Nope, doesn't.
Maybe I'm just talking about like the mangoes I leave in the window in the sun for too long.
Yeah, I think that's what that means.
Oh, Jay?
Penny said watermelon in the comment. You also have first name said, if a miracle occurs and Suggs is available at 6, are we all not doing thigh slap and rubs at Fassler?
I would actually have everybody line up.
Yeah.
All right, guys, line up. We got Suggs at 6. Everybody line up.
We need to bring consent forms to the draft night.
No.
Just in case.
No, there will be arrests. There will be
no consent forms for the thigh slapping train that will be happening.
No.
I'm a banana man as far as ripeness.
I feel like there's a large window for bananas.
Yeah, bananas.
No, man. If it's too ripe, I don't. Or if it's too ripe, starts turning brown and mushy. Nope. If it's too green, don't want that either.
I know, but you have days.
God, you have like
days.
you have like 10 days.
No, man. Y'all's bananas do not move the way mine do at my house. Apparently.
Banana man.
I would say a overripe grape is just disgusting.
Ugh. Oh.
But like the right crisp of a grape can just change your day.
What? There are no fruits that are good overripe, are there?
People would argue bananas.
Like brown mushy for banana bread.
Well, think of it. Yeah, banana bread. Wow, that's the best. That's the best fruit pastry.
What can you do with a mushed grape?
Nothing. You're not making grape bread.
It's useless.
It's disgusting.
How many fruits can you make bread with?
Bananas.
Apples.
Apple bread?
I don't know. Apple
guess you
cinnamon
could.
something?
Yeah. Baked goods, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
All of them.
Guess
Watermelon bread?
Are nuts a bread? I mean,
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you guys
are nuts
again.
bread? Can someone help me?
We'll talk to you guys
Somebody help me.
on Monday.